Hey folks, Sophia coming to you live. So welcome to Sophia's Place. Wanted to chat about Laurel and Tyler Thompson, the PPC candidate in Burnaby South, BC. And she's brought up the issue of transgenders. Transgendering children specifically. And I agree with her. It's wrong. And she's being attacked for it by the liberals, obviously. This is a really tight issue, okay? She's not saying transgenders are bad or transgendering is wrong. What she's saying is the gender fluidity that they're teaching the kids today in schools is wrong. Look, it's not about educating them on gays, lesbians, and trans people. That's good. I mean, it's good that they know that and who they are and what they're about. But they've taken it a step further. Now they're telling kids, you're not a boy, you're a girl, or you're not a girl, you're a boy, okay? And then they start giving them puberty blockers and start getting them ready for transgendering. I find that disgusting. I find that an assault on our children, but it's an assault on humanity overall. The whole gender agenda, the whole gender pronoun agenda, it's a social construct. It's not real. Okay, it was invented for political purposes. You know, things like transsexuals and stuff. Those are not genders. Those are sexual preferences. Okay, they're already listed in the LGBTQRT 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 or whatever the fuck they are now. But what they're doing is they're teaching kids you can be whatever you want, whatever day you want. Hence gender fluid. Okay, now I understand if people are confused as to whether they're male or female. To me, that's gender fluid. Okay, if they feel more like one day than the other, and I know someone who's like that, so I can see that as far as that goes. But it was like when Jordan Peterson was in the UFT trying to fight this whole agenda, and was called bigot, a transphobe, and all this other crap. It had nothing to do with that, because he knew it was a social construct. Okay, he knew that it was wrong, but he would not follow it, and I don't blame him. The whole thing about transgenders is you have to be of age to make that kind of decision. I mean, it's not like it's a rare 1 in a million shot that a child would know that they are a different gender, okay? And only in today's world could they do that and get away with it. Myself, I would have been sent to an insane asylum if I had told my parents I was a female and not a male, okay? And in the 60s, it was kind of laughed at. It was a joke. And even though there had been someone transgendered in the 52, actually, it wasn't talked about, and she was treated like a total freak, right? But what this Laurel and Tyler Thompson's saying is that transgendering kids or teaching them this social construct of multi-gender agenda and multi-pronoun agenda is wrong, and it is wrong, okay? But they're two separate issues. Transgendering children itself, what they're doing is they're convincing kids that they're not the right gender, and then they start giving them puberty blockers. Okay. Well, puberty decides who you are. Every aspect of you is decided. Sexual, physical, emotional, everything. It's all decided through puberty. Okay. So it's important that everyone go through puberty and understand exactly who they are and what they are. I mean, if they want to transgender when they're 18 or 20, fine, that's up to them. They're old enough to make that decision. But when they're little kids, hell, we don't even trust them to use power tools or cook on the stove by themselves. Why can they decide their gender, right? I find it really sick. I just find it really twisted, and it's something I'm very much against. And then I think anyone who knows me knows that. I mean, you wouldn't want to be at my age. Have them wait till my age and then be walking down the street and have someone say, hey, you look like a faggot with makeup and a wig. I snap. I lose it. I head fake him with a headbutt and give him a flurry of the solar plexus. And then I elbow smash him up the head a few times, and when he drops to the ground, I stick my 5-inch heel right up his ass. And then I looked down at him and said, hey, Is that faggot with the makeup and a wig enough for you? Ever since I've been the trans. So basically, you know, you don't want to go to the extreme one way or the other. It's you know, you definitely want to do it when you're younger, but not too young, okay? Children are just too young. And what she's fighting against is justified. And, you know, she has trans friends, she has gay friends, so it's not like she's saying that we're bad people, okay? She's simply stating that doing it to children is wrong. And I totally stand by her, and I just want everyone to know that. You know, this whole thing, what the liberals are doing is criminal. It's actually, it's almost like they're trying to change who we are as society. They're attacking the family unit. They're doing everything they can to divide us, and they're doing a damn good job, because a lot of people or sheeple are falling into it. And what this lady is doing is justified, and I stand by her. The PPC in general, the federal platform, has nothing to do with social issues, okay? That's not a federal issue, and Trudeau had no right making it a federal issue. It's a provincial issue, and that's something the premiers can decide for themselves, okay? Instead of forcing provinces into transgendering children. And you know, shame on the medical community for falling into this shit. It's all because of Big Pharma, basically. They're the ones who profit from all this. And I don't know, I just feel it's really criminal, and I want to do everything I can to stop it. You know, I started doing my Sogi 1, 2, 3 videos. I still have part 3 to do. I'm working on that now. I'm actually putting that all together now. But, you know, attacking this lady because she has a common sense view on how children should be in school and be taught in school, that's more liberal, and that's what liberals do. They attack anything that goes against their silly agendas, okay? And they don't want to lose that power over us, so they're doing everything they can to discredit her. You know, i.e. this little clip here.
It is a woman named Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson. She's been openly teaching about sexual orientation and gender identity in schools, saying that the teaching about that is bad. She thinks it's gender fluid ideology.
First of all, you must have the facts right. She did a campaign and she was against that the state, the provincial parliament, teach to young children that maybe they're not a boy if they're a boy, and if they're a girl, maybe they're not a girl. She's against that. That's what she said, and that's what she believes. And she has the right of her belief. And I said that publicly, and I'm very, very proud of her as a candidate. It's a provincial matters, and me as a federal politician,
it's not Maxime Bernier. It's your party. She's representing you.
Yeah.
If you agree with those, if that's your party platform, and you have different views on transgender or same-sex people, couples, and the views that is anything goes on the social conservative agenda for you?
Like I said, you know, it's not part of our agenda. Gay marriage, these social issues are not part of the agenda of our party, but she has the right to have strong views on that. You know, we're in a free country.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Do you support a campaign about teaching against sexual orientation?
I want to ask you also about the candidate that you're running, Burnaby South. I've seen your tweets lately where you've posted her most recent post on Facebook in which she says, you know, the People's Party of Canada is for all people. As Canadians, we get to live as we please. I love this land as you can be gay, lesbian, trans, pansexual, polyamorous, heterosexual, or any of the many genders that some identify as, in part. In the past, she said, the greatest and most insidious assault against our children that this nation has ever seen. And she was describing gender fluidity as that. Do you agree with that?
What's your view in the party? I'm just trying to figure out. Do you believe she thinks being transgender, she says it's called gender fluid ideology. I'm using her words. Would you use that word?
She's labeling gender fluidity, this idea that you know, certain kids aren't sure how to identify as the greatest and most insidious assault against our children that this nation has seen. She said, as soon as the LGBTQ spots you in this nation, what they do is they call your employers, they call the CRTC, they call whatever organization you're working with, and they begin to backstab you. Kids may not be sure. Some kids...
Yeah, but they will be able to decide that when they will be 18 years old. You know, it's young kids, and you're telling them kind of a confusion in their mind. So that's her point of view.
What's the line for you about what your candidates say then? What is there?
They have the right to have their
any kind of opinion?
They have the right to have their own opinion.
So as you can see, it's, you know, there's no end. Every broadcaster, like every news, MSM news agency is attacking this person, and Bernie has stuck up for her. He has told them that it's her right to feel the way she feels. She's agreed to their platform, and as long as she doesn't go against the platform, they see nothing wrong with what she's doing, and I agree with that. And I also agree that what she's doing is right and justified. She's looking out for the children that other people can't or won't look out for. Okay, and like I said, there's certain things children can decide for themselves, but that's a major life decision, okay? And I can tell you right now, I'm having my surgery next year, and it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a year healing from that, and it's going to be a lot of maintenance to deal with the after-surgical procedures. You know, there's a lot of things we have to do to maintain, right? And I just don't think a child is mature enough to be able to go through that and do that, you know. Truthfully, I don't think there's putting kids in for surgery when they're children, but the point is they're giving them puberty blockers, which totally annihilates their chance of going through puberty and discovering who they really are. And puberty is so important. And I put that in a video in the past about, I think it was my Sogi 123 Part 2 video that I put that in, and you should watch that. It's a very interesting video. But all in all, I just wanted everyone to know that I support this lady. And I thought it was Jennifer Clark that was being attacked as well, but apparently it's just Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson. But the point is as a candidate for a government, she has the right to voice her opinion, and you know they're trying to suppress that using MSM, you know, shaming and all this other stuff. That's fucked up. Okay, we cannot allow that, and we gotta all stand up and fight it together. So you know, like, quit being complacent and accepting things. I know it's a hard fight, but if enough of us stand up together, they will back down, okay? And that's what we got to remember. It takes large numbers of people to stand up and say no. And that goes for every province, not just the provinces affected. Every province has to stand up and give their opinion. You know, do petitions, do whatever you have to do. Get signatures, get support. We can fight all this stuff. It's easy enough done. It's just a matter of waking people up to say, hey, this is what they're doing to our kids in school. Okay, and it's not right. A lot of it's not right. And like I said, I will be doing the Ontario sex ed curriculum video soon. That's a rather touchy thing because it was just changed when Doug Clark got in. Doug Ford, sorry, when Doug Ford got in Ontario, and he tweaked it a few things, but not much. But still, it's now I have to go through and read all the stuff all over again to find out exactly, so I don't misinform anybody. But as far as Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson goes, I would like to see all of you support her as well. I don't just mean my subscribers, I mean anyone watching this video, anyone who sees this video and agrees with what I'm saying. Understand, I'm transgender, okay? And I'm against the transgendering of children. It's not right. They have to be an adult to make that kind of decision. It's not just something a child can, oh, okay, well, I'm a different gender. No. Because kids go through phases. Kids go through times where, you know, maybe they feel different or whatever, and if they have a school person encouraging them that they're, you know, not a boy, they're a girl or whatever, they're just going to follow along with it and go, okay, that, you know, that's a life-altering decision, and I don't think children should be making that. Not because I don't like children, but just because they're not mature enough to make that type of decision. So just know that I stand by Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson of the PPC, and I hope you all will too. I want to give a shout out to my subscribers, all my new subscribers. Thanks for joining. It means a lot. And all my viewers, you know, even if you haven't joined yet, the button's down below the video. Not that I'm pandering. And I hope you'll have an awesome day. We'll chat soon.